Well, we bought this little bungalow and needed some additional room. We needed a master bedroom and some real closets. And we had done some remodels before and had done them without the help of an architect, and felt like this time we really felt like that was going to be beneficial. We wanted to think through the process really carefully before we got to the contractor stage, and so we wanted an architect on our project. How'd you find Bob? Do you remember?
So I went to Angie's List, that trusty resource that it is, and we found Bob and some others, and we through an interview process then decided that Bob was the right guy for us, and started the process with him. And we had some ideas, and he brought some other ideas, and then we started down on the path of making drawings and figuring out what this would look like in the long run. So it was we were optimistic about how long it would take. It took a little longer than that between schedules and then just kind of thinking through all the various parts of it. And we really like what turned out here. It worked out very well.
But one of the things it did was it really helped us clarify what we wanted. We had kind of a laundry list of things that we thought we had to have, and we didn't know how they could all come together. And one of the things that Bob did was help us figure out how they could all come together, and then do it in a reasonable, economical fashion.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and we had already decided that we wanted to own the plan. And we thought that would be helpful for us as we went forward to control costs, and then to also just, as it turned out, it was absolutely the right thing to do, because there were a number of times when you're working with a builder that questions come up, and you go back to the plan, and if you own the plan and they bid on that plan, then there's less interpretation about what was meant, because they bid on the plan rather than something that they created.
So we could really compare the three estimates that we got.
Sure.
So that was really valuable to us.
Right.
You can't take someone else's plan to a different builder, right?
That's exactly right.
And so that allowed us to get three, so we could compare apples to apples to apples as we went along. And we gave them, now there was a little bit of morphing that happens, because each builder brings you great ideas also to kind of go along with your plan, especially around finishes and the like. But it took a lot of the challenge out of it, because in the end they were all bidding on a plan that was very specific, and so they knew what they were getting into when they walked in the door, and we knew what they were getting into.
And then we could focus on finishes, which were easier choices for us to make. That's what we look at, rather than trying to decide if we were what was the best choice for.
Right. Did they need a 2x6 or a 2x4?
Yeah.
We didn't care.
Yeah.
Because Bob had already done that for us.
Sure.
And how should the roof be assembled? We knew Bob had handled that one.
Right.
They're all about crickets.
Yeah.
Which pours a whole lot of water down when it rains, I gotta tell you. It is a whole lot of water when it
That's
rains.
pretty amazing.
So overall, your experience working with Bob was a good experience, and you'd recommend him to other people if they're looking to build a similar project or any other kind of remodeling project?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We were very pleased without. And the other thing, so the other key thing that Bob did for us was that because of the shape of our lot, there were some questions about easements, and Bob went to the zoning people. It was very clear when we had a plan and gave it to a builder that when they went to get a building permit, there weren't any questions for them. They'd already had the discussion with Bob, so they already knew that they would get a building permit without having to go get an easement or anything like that. So so that was money well spent. So.
Yeah. You're going to remodel your house. We highly suggest that you have an architect, having done it the other way. And let me tell you, Bob Porter did a great job for us, so we do recommend him.
Yeah, absolutely.